Good morning, my dear students. Now we have one more little bit discussion. We are moving the end part of our first module. Two important things we would like to discuss here in this video. First one, that is, we are already discussed what is meant by previous year and what is the previous year of a business, what is the previous year of newly set up business, etc. But some exceptions are there for charging income of business on previous year. These exemptions will be discussed in this video. And one more thing, that is for exemptions to the section 6 subsection 1, that is the determination of residential status. We are mentioned basic condition for determination of residential status. There is a condition, that is a person has been in India for at least 182 days or more during the previous year, or 365 days for the last 4 previous year immediately preceding the previous year, and 60 days during the previous year, etc. In certain situations, some exemptions are there. These two exemptions, theories or rules are would like to discuss here. All of you please listen. First one, that is exemption to the section 6 subsection 1. All of you know that is regards to the determination of residential status, basic condition, that is section 6 subsection 1. There is a condition, that is he has been in India for at least 365 days during the 4 previous years preceding the previous year, and he is in India for at least 60 days during the previous year. There is an exemption to the rule of 60 days stay in India. Two categories of people should in India at least 182 days instead of 60 days as an exemption to the section 6 subsection 1. First category, that is an individual who is a citizen India, leaves India in any previous year for the purpose of employment or as a member of the crew of Indian ship, must have stayed in India for at least 182 days during the previous year instead of 60 days. Then another category of individual, that is if any citizen of India or a foreign national of Indian origin who is living outside India came on a visit to India in the previous year, he must have stayed in India at least 182 days during the previous year. We are already discussed people should in India at least 60 days in previous year. That is enough for determining the residential status. But these two situations, person should be in India at least 182 days instead of these 60 days. Clear? This is an exemption to the rule section 6 subsection 1. Okay. And another important exemption to the general rule of previous year, we are already discussed section 3. Previous year is the financial year immediately preceding the assessment year. In the case of newly set up business, the previous year will be the period between the date of setting up of the business and 31st March of the year. All these things we are discussed in our previous classes. But the general rule is that the income earned during the previous year, you please bear in mind, we will explain what is the general rule and what is the exemption to the general rule. General rule is that income earned during the previous year is assessed in its relevant assessment year. But there are certain exemptions to the general rule. Following are the cases, that means listed cases are there. First one, the income assessed in the same year which it is earned. First one, that is section 172, section 174, section 174A, section 175 and section 176. All these are deals with the exemption to the general rule. We know that general rule is that income earned during the previous year is assessed in its relevant assessment year, whereas in this case income is assessed during the same year which the income is earned. Clear? First one, that is 172, that is income of non-resident shipping companies. Suppose any income of non-resident shipping companies is assessed the same year of which is earned. The next one, income of person leaving India. Another one, income of AOP, that is association of person or body of individual or artificial juridical person formed for a particular purpose or event, that is formed for a will. And the next one, income of a person trying to lineage property. And the last one, income of discontinued business or profession. These are all the case in which income is assessed the same year at which we are earned during the same year. So these are all the two important exemption cases we are discussing. Okay, now next video onwards we will move to the heads of income. First, that is income from salary. So I think the basic requirements or the introductory part over and above our first module is over by this video. Thank you for your kind cooperation. All of you, please go through the material and do the problems. Okay.